everybody today. Thank you for coming. I hope everybody enjoyed yesterday. And in the next few days, we're going to be fed. We're here to learn some things that we don't know. Life being what it is, we cannot survive without continued learning. We're embarked on a course today that few in the world even believe in. But we're moving to take a creature from the realms of myth and move it into the annals of science. Is this a good thing? I'm not sure. But it's going to happen whether I want it to or not. Okay? I'd like to start with a, well, he said we have a bad chord. Something about the realms of science that goes on. The challenge. I noticed that. If I had to go back, I'd dance here for a minute. Okay. All the way from southeastern Oklahoma, one of my most special friends in the world is here to be with us. She's going to open for us with the traditional prayer. Arla.
I'm going to use Tom. I probably don't need that. I'm going to use Tom's drum. This is Tom's drum now, and I'm going to open it in my way for him by singing this prayer song. My very good friend Sharon and her family sitting back there with the drums made this for Tom. And I'm going to open it with a prayer song that was given to me at a gathering of one of our grandmothers, Agnes Baker Pilgrim, who had a gathering with us and was blessing people. And the song came to me then. What this song asks for is peace on earth, but it's a prayer song. It's a song I use in a prayer to ask for those things.
Elohim,
last October, and it still makes me shiver with the spirit of it. Welcome, my friends, and whatever little gremlin was living in this thing, I hope he dies a terrible death before tomorrow afternoon. We are here to be fed. We will learn, and we will grow. Tomorrow, in the afternoon, I will ask you if you have been fed. It is my sincere prayer that, in fact, this does happen. Maybe I found a key here. But I want you to know that whatever happens, dinner's going to be good. The first thing I want you to know is that proper diet is not on the dais today. Okay? Is it possible to put out warrants on hotels? Okay. If I put it in there, I can't move. Let's try that and see how that works. All right. Sometime, well, I don't worry about me because I've never not been hurt in my life. But there may be some people that don't, I didn't grow up calling hogs for a living. Now, as I said, I'm not sure that if this were left up to me, it would have ever happened. I came home from Oklahoma from the Olympia conference, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right because it's not spelled anywhere near that way. Okay. But I spent 5 days in heaven in Oklahoma. And I came back, I have a teacher, he lives out where we were yesterday. And he said, you need to do this. I said, no, we have an Oregon Sasquatch Symposium. He said, no, that won't be happening this year in June. Okay. He says, we can't let the opportunity go. So that was the genesis. That's how we started. Yes. Actually, no problems at all. It's not working. So when this germ started, the first thing was, who do we want to listen to? Mr. Bob Gimlin was the first person that came to mind. And then this speaker list started growing. I want you to know these are people close to my heart, but their names were put in my mind. And I met the most wonderful response when we did this. Of course I'll be there. What do you want me to say? How long do you want me to talk? Time after time after time. Now, have there been no problems? Of course not. Okay? But we've met them one by one as they've come up. And the wonderful people that are here are going to share much with us. Now, we're on a tight schedule this weekend, and as such, I don't want to I tend to talk too much. I've been told this since I was, my mother was, She was afraid I wouldn't learn to talk, and then she's afraid she could never shut me up. The latter part's been true. But we're here to meet and talk to some wonderful people. And we're going to start that with Arla's invocation. And now we're going to bring her up, and she's going to tell us about the nature of this being we know as Sasquatch or Bigfoot, depending on where you are. And my computer just did something.
Well, you're putting all kinds of stuff up here.
Oh, I wonder what that is.
Power's mine.
I did just realize a minute ago how our world was changing. We used to travel the world and do and speak and say. Now we're limited by the length of our power cord. Arla, the time is yours.
Okay. I'm glad to be here. I've met a lot of people that I've seen your face, but I never got to hug you. If I haven't hugged you, I'm sorry, you just haven't come up to me. And if you came up to me and I didn't hug you, let me know about it. If you're a politician in here, I'll shake your hand. That's pretty much where I'm going with that. I had some very good advice early this morning eating breakfast from a very wise man. I'm not going to give you this wise man's name, but he gave me a tidbit of information, and so I'm going to pass it on. And recently, I was called a kook, and I need to fix that. I am not a kook, I am a cookette. I'm a kook. Will you please set the record straight? She is not a kook, she's a cookette. I probably am different than a lot of people. I've had a lifelong knowing about them, so I do view them maybe different than some people. But the one thing that I've seen over this past year, especially with my traveling across the United States, there's a lot of kooks and cookettes out there. A lot of them. And I like that. What I'm going to talk about today, I'm going to have to give you a little bit of tribal information with this for you to understand the things that I've seen from them. You can take this as you choose. It's just things I've seen. I'm not asking any of you to believe that that's what this is. I just want to share with you some of the things that I began to see, and I thought, wait a minute. These are things I know about. These are things that I've seen in my life. These are connections to me. These are connections to tribal people, indigenous people. And so I thought, okay, then let's bring this together. And the most interesting thing about this, in putting this presentation together, is I had some aha moments for myself. When I was going through my pictures and looking back at them and looking at the dates and things, I was like, whoa, I didn't even see that. I'm there. This is happening, and I didn't even get it. So, it's just that process of walking into it and trying to make sense out of something that's happening, when most of the time all you can do is scratch your head and say, how in the world? How is that happening? And yet it's there. So the first thing I'm going to talk about are the 4 direction stones. For tribal people, there are 4 main directions. You have the east, the south, the west, and the north. And these directions have teachings, they have meanings, they let us know something. Tribal people do not walk a linear walk. south, which is youth and faith. You go to the west, which is going to be walking into maturity. And then you're going to go to the north, where we say the ancestors live. Our family, our teachers, our people who have gone on. And then we can come back to the east and begin again. So your life is not over once you've gone around the circle. You may have a lot more to learn. So you may go around several times, and I catch myself doing that. So we'll go to the, that's not, is that the first one? Ah, there's the first one. Okay. These stones here, this is actually north. This is east, south, and west. I place stones like this everywhere. If you come in my house, you're going to see these, all kinds of things everywhere. In my yard, on the trails I walk, everywhere. It's just something I do. And so these are the representation of the four directions. Now, why is that one there? I had it with me and I thought it was cool, and I just stuck it on there. There's no great significance to that, other than I had it with me and I put it on there. So that's the four directions. That's the basis for the things I began to see. I did not put these there with any expectations of what would happen. Those are all over. Where I go, I do this. It's just something I do. And I had put those in a place. No one ever goes where this place is. There is no game trail there. There is nothing that goes there. So let's do the second one. In the place where these stones are is my prayer place. It's my place where I go to pray. It's my place where I go to sing. It's my place where I can go and express everything I need to express. If you want to call it a one-on-one conversation with God, you can call it that. If you want to call it a one-on-one with the universe, you can call it that. It's just me expressing what I need to get out. And I can go there and express that verbally. And nobody else is around listening. At least I didn't think anybody was listening other than the Creator. One morning I go to say my prayers. And I had been saying prayers for several days on a particular thing. And I really needed my grandmother's insight, the one who had a big influence on me. I needed her insight, and I couldn't grasp that. That's really what I was looking for. And when I walked my path, they had taken the north stone and put it in the center. Now I'm saying they. Did I see them do that? No. I did not see them do that. But I don't believe that deer or coons or coyotes do this. It's my process of elimination. Who was here? Who had the opportunity to be here? I didn't do it. I know what didn't do it, so what did it? It was moved into the center. The center of the wheel is me. Is you. We're in the center. They moved the north into the center because that's the message I needed. I needed to go within myself and call back things that my grandmother had taught me. This was a rough time for me. And I needed to feel her with me. And that's what I found that morning. And that screamed out at me, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here with you. I've come from the north, where we go, into the center. I've come to you. And so I thought, well, that's cool. Now I looked for footprints, all kinds of footprints. I looked for deer tracks. I know tracks very well. There's nothing else there, not a footprint either. So, okay, I'll take a photo of it. Let's go to the next one. This one, you can see the been moved to the south. I was getting pretty full of myself. I'm pretty upset with myself at the same time during this time period. And I needed that message. I needed that message. And that message says, begin again. Begin again and call in that faith, that youth. That faith that a youth has. That what you're doing is what you're supposed to be doing. Because frankly, I have a problem with talking about them. And that sounds like this huge oxymoron because I'm out talking about them and I have a problem with it. I was taught we didn't do this. We didn't talk about it. We didn't go out in public and talk about them. We kept that within our family. And so I needed that. And I thought, okay, this is twice now this has happened. There's something going on here. There's something going on here. Let's go to the next one. Okay, this is, they had taken the south and put it all the way in the north. They had moved this, which would have been right here, and put it way here to the north. That's my foot. Not Bigfoot. Well, actually it is a Bigfoot. Not a Bigfoot, Bigfoot. And what that tells a tribal person, if you're taking something from the south and putting it in the north, it's connect that faith to your ancestors. Connect that to your teachers. Your physical teachers who you've had in your lifetime. They've gone on and left us, but they're still there to help us. And that's what that one was. Okay. So, does everyone understand what I'm talking about as far as four directions are concerned? There are teachings in each one of those directions. And when this started happening, I was like, I'm not believing that they're doing this. I'm not believing that. Because I question everything. A lot of people don't realize that about me, that I don't just buy into everything, and that everything in the woods is a Bigfoot, or that they're this great deity, or whatever. They are a flesh and blood being who make me scratch my head and go, I cannot believe that. And yet I see it time and time and time again. This particular area, I was taken there. I was told about the cross that was there. And I was like, I've got to go there. I've got to see this. Because it was a four directions cross. And I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to go. And this was interesting because we have mountains in Oklahoma, but we don't have mountains that go like that. And I'm not a young woman by any stretch of the imagination. And I wasn't sure I could climb like that, but I did. I knew I had to get up there. I had good help grabbing a hold of me and pulling me part of the time. But I knew I had to go up there. I had to look at this. I had to see this because it told, I knew what it was. And it was just that other thing of, wow, culture that parallels things that I know about. Okay. What does that look like? Anybody recognize what that symbol is for? That's the four directions. Again, this is a pouch that had been made, and I didn't find this there, but this pouch signifies that four directions again. That thing that there's a teaching. Okay, let's go to the next. Cradle board. People know what this is? This is where babies are put to protect them when they're small. You see what's hanging right there? That's the four directions. That's a wheel. That's protection. That's our life. Our walk. That's where we go. See this? structure where a mother can lay and feed her baby. It's also where babies are laid when they're newborns. This one's old.